What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for yet another Tottenham update. A few bits and pieces doing the rounds on social media and through various publications, and we're going to get into the latest news surrounding Tottenham Hotspur, and we're going to start off talking about Romero. Cast your mind back to a couple of international breaks under Daniel Levy, and Romero was bemoaning the fact that he doesn't get the same kind of treatment as maybe other players around South America do on international break, and he always has to make his own way back from South America. Daniel Levy don't put any A-star treatment on for him.
However, roll out the red carpet.
No, don't roll out the red carpet.
For you, Cootie.
Doesn't get private jets back or none of that. Well, it looks like Tottenham have put this right in the post-Daniel Levy era, as Matt Laws says that Tottenham have avoided the threat of a club versus country backlash over Romero after paying for him to return from international duty with Argentina on a private chartered flight. Spurs decided against paying for Romero's flight on a chartered flight in September last year, following Argentinians' World Cup qualifying defeat in Colombia, which resulted in a dispute. Well, this is the first international break post-Levy. I mean, like, he got sacked up in the last international break, but this is the first full international break which has been Levy-free, and Romero has got the A-star treatment.
This is Tottenham 2.0. This is exactly what we've been looking for. A massive change at Spurs. The players are now getting private jets back from international break. This is the change we want to see. Apparently, they're now getting free soft drinks as well on flight. They don't have to pay anymore.
Not alcoholic drinks.
No alcoholic, you have to pay for those still.
Okay.
Free Tottenham programme when you get in, a free scarf. Incredible stuff.
Do they get, crisps and dips and all that kind of stuff as well?
Crisps and dips. Crisps, no dips.
Oh, okay.
Extra for the dips.
That's very Daniel Levy-esque.
Maybe everything's free. Maybe they pulled the levers, give out the coffers, funds for everyone. Look, for me, I'm sure he wasn't that uncomfortable in first class on a not private jet. Now he's got a private jet, he's got the plane to himself. Fantastic for him. Great. Tottenham 2.0. Roll it on. Maybe they can start getting private jets for the fans for away games. Let's start doing that. How about that?
Yeah, they have put on free travel on coaches a few times this season. I think Man City was one of them.
Free flights.
But yeah, Sim wants a free flight. Sim ain't stopping till you get a free flight. Sim's officially ENIC out.
If you're serious about this Tottenham 2.0, free private jet for European away games for fans. That's what I'm talking about.
This is something that Romero has spoken about in the past, and obviously last international break he weren't too happy about it. So, look, he's club captain. He's got to roll out the red carpet for him, or the lily-white carpet for him, shall I say.
Great. Fantastic for Kuti.
Yeah.
Great news for him. As long as he can travel in comfort, look, as long as he comes back and plays well, I don't care how he travels. And if it's going to make him play better, then do it. I don't care.
Yeah. So that's the situation regarding Romero. Next up, the Bleacher Report are reporting that Vinay Venkatesham has made Mickey van der Ven's new Tottenham Hotspur contract as one of his main priorities. Spurs are keen to tie him down to a new deal given his status as one of the best defenders in Europe. And I think Spurs Journo on Twitter, one of the various ITKs, also said yesterday that the next cab off the ranks as such was Mickey van der Ven and his new contract.
Yeah, and there's no surprise to me because he's now established himself as obviously a massive, very important player in the squad. He's done that for a while now. Ever since he's come in, he's been brilliant, so consistent. Obviously, the one big thing about him is his hamstrings. Every season, he's had a serious injury. Obviously, last season was even more massively disrupted than the season before with big hamstring injuries. Now, he's had this adjustment to his running style. Obviously, Tottenham are playing in a different way now under Frank, less pressure on him to cover bigger spaces and go into full sprints, essentially, running backwards. So that will help him. But is there a case to say, before giving him a new contract, do you want to see if he can go a full season without one massive serious injury? If we give him another big contract now and he picks up another serious injury, where does that leave us with him? I'm not saying I don't like him. Obviously, I think he's phenomenal. And obviously, when he's playing consistently, for me, one of the best centre-backs in the league. And he's got an unbelievable partnership with Romero. And as long as we keep those two together, in a partnership, we could go a long way, in my opinion. I think that's what our defence should be built around, is those two. But we just want to see if it happens for a third season in a row. Because look, the first 2 seasons, obviously he's coming to a new league, he's still young, he's had these issues, which hopefully we've got around sorting. But if it happens a third season in a row, I don't know where that leaves us. I don't know how we think about that.
Yeah, I mean...
Is it a Ledley King situation where you just think, okay, he's going to miss X amount of the season, but as long as he's in the team, you play him? Or, do you have to start thinking beyond him? I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is with Ledley King, we still got quite a few good years out of him before he had to start doing that, and we started managing his kind of injuries and stuff like that. But with Mickey van de Ven, he needs to last till next international break, because it's always between this international break and the next one where he actually breaks down. Remember that Chelsea game, I think, is when he broke down in the first season. The second game, the second season was also around a similar amount of time, 10, 11 games. So we're going into that kind of danger zone with Mickey van de Ven from now until the next international break. So let's hope we can keep him fit until then, basically.
Yeah, literally November like clockwork.
Yeah.
It happens, doesn't it? So 100% it's going to be a nervous wait. But I think, when it comes to contract talks, like, what do you, if you're in the hierarchy, do you wait to see if another season gets decimated, or do you just say, all right, right now you're giving him, I don't know, 150 or whatever, however much more because he, from a quality point, he probably does deserve a wage increase, because you're on, what, 90 grand a week, was it?
Yeah.
So I think he should be on over 100 grand.
He should be one of the top earners in the squad.
Yeah. So I'm not against it. It's just it's just a worry there, isn't there?
I think if you're starting negotiations now, maybe just like kind of start negotiations now in terms of signing that contract in maybe January. If he can stay injury free from the start of the season till January, that would give me a bit of confidence.
He just needs to go. Look, even I don't care if he picks up an injury for 1 or 2 weeks, but he's picking up these big, long 3-month injuries. Doesn't matter what point of the season it is. If he keeps picking those up, that's a problem.
Yeah, of course it's a problem. So he's got to prove that he can go kind of hamstring injury free. It's the hamstrings that are, the biggest worry with him. But look, surely they know a lot more in the background than we know out here, saying, look, he gets his injuries. Like you said before, they did somewhat to change his running style and to try and fix those issues. And hopefully with Thomas Frank and the new fitness team they have in the background, they think those problems are behind him.
Yeah, it seems so. Look, he's been fit, to be fair, now since, when did he come back? April?
Around April time, yeah.
April time. And he's played, I know he only really played the Europa League games last season, but he's played fairly consistently since then. So it's positive.
Yeah, and I don't think we got management that are going to rush him back if he does get injured this time.
Yeah, let's see.
So that's Mickey van de Ven. Hopefully that contract is sorted sooner rather than later. I mean, I would just give it to him, in my opinion, anyway. I do think he's one of the best defenders in the Premier League, alongside Kuti, Romero. João Palhinha, Florian Pettenberg saying that Tottenham can genuinely see themselves triggering the 25 to 30 million euro buy option for João Palhinha. Thomas Frank is a big fan and has an excellent relationship with him. A return to Bayern Munich seems unlikely, but there has yet to been concrete talks between Bayern and Tottenham. But there is a first positive trend. The loan has been a success so far, and Palhinha is happy again. And yeah, I mean, I've loved what I've seen from Palhinha so far. It feels like he's getting back to those kind of Fulham levels that he showed, and what made Bayern make that big bid for him, and to put their money where their mouth is to bring in João Palhinha to Germany, and it's one of the most successful teams around Europe. And look, it didn't go right for him at Bayern for one reason or another. Not really sure the reasons why. Maybe it was a playing style issue or something. I don't know.
Injuries, that's what he put it down to.
More injuries, fine. But he's come here. He's a key part of our team now. He really is. And you can't imagine us playing a big game, particularly a big game like against a Man City, against an Arsenal, like whoever it may be, without João Palhinha in the team now.
Absolutely.
Like, he's so key to what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and he's made a phenomenal start. I think he's added exactly what we've wanted in that position. He's been like the perfect kind of addition so far. Yes, there's been games where do we need him, and some games where we've struggled, like ball progression, and he's been obviously culpable in those games. But I think in a lot of games where we just need that steal in the middle. He provides that, and he added a different kind of option in the middle. When it comes to activating that release clause, for me, I think he's been brilliant. Obviously, I want us to, but there's no rush. The clause is there. You might as well wait to near the end of the season to make a proper judgment. There's no need really to rush into anything. You don't want to see him again. Similar to Van de Ven, he had injury problems last season. He's now 30 years of age. You don't want to activate the clause and then all of a sudden figure out come December, January, he's got all these injury problems again, and he can't get over what happened last season with the injury. So for me, there's no need. If you want to do it, probably do it. I think come March, April time, that's probably the best time to make.
Even at the end of the season.
Even at the end of the season, whenever it is, no need to rush into it now. But I think, obviously, if you're asking me make a decision right now, yeah, I'll do it. Because he's a phenomenal player, and I think he's got a few years left ahead of him as well, and he's brilliant for the squad, and he adds that experience as well, which we're lacking in the middle of the park. But yeah, there's no rush.
At this moment in time, it is the way he's playing. It's one of the easiest decisions. Can you remember a lone player that's actually done as well as he has? I know it's only been a small sample size and 7 games into the season, but he's proper hit the ground running, become straight away a key part of the team. I don't remember a better lone player than we've had.
Maybe Decky, when he signed permanently.
It's true. I think Decky was always going to sign if we hit certain criteria, didn't we? It wasn't our option to go and sign him because we hit those, I think, Champions League.
I think in the end it was. I don't know what happened, but I don't know if we hit the criteria or not. But I'm pretty sure it was in the end. I don't think it was an obligation. I think we actually decided to sign him.
I thought it was if we made Champions League football that summer. Was it not that?
We didn't sign him that summer, I don't think. We signed him the summer. We actually signed him officially.
2-year loan deal or something?
I think Ange signed him officially.
Really?
I think so. I think that's when, it was an 18-month loan deal.
Okay.
And then we had the option after. And obviously we didn't hit Champions League the next season. I don't know. I remember.
Yeah, you're right. It was Ange.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ange was actually the one who signed him. And I think it was an option. Anyway, but yeah, he's one, obviously. I remember there was one loan deal who hit the ground running, but didn't turn out to be amazing, was Mido. Remember him?
Mido. Of course I remember him. I had him on the back of my shirt.
Remember his debut.
Yeah, Portsmouth, yeah.
He was one of the best debuts you're ever likely to see, and we ended up signing him. He was okay for one season.
Another loan spell that did well was Stefan Dalmat.
Stefan Dalmat,
he was pretty decent. I think he actually left not because of footballing qualities. I think he started having fights with everyone in the training pitch.
Yeah, true. I'm trying to think of a Bale, but I wouldn't say he hit the ground running, but he was a decent loan deal. But yeah, Palhinha, he's been an absolute brilliant signing so far.
Yeah. So I really hope we sign him. I think it's a no-brainer at this moment in time. But let's see how the rest of the season does progress. And if we do want to sign another midfielder, there is going to have to be a full guy somewhere. Bentancur's just signed a contract. João Palhinha, everyone wants to sign him up. So, someone has to leave if we do want to sign another midfielder. So that's that situation. A couple of rumours doing the rounds of who Spurs could potentially sign. And first one is Nico Raskin of Rangers. As there's a report here that says Raskin's future at Rangers remains uncertain despite Russell Martin's exit, as the 24-year-old midfielder continues to attract attention from top clubs around Europe. Previously linked to Wolves, Palace, West Ham, Burnley, Raskin has now emerged as a top target for Tottenham, who have added the Belgian international to their shortlist as they prioritise strengthening their midfield in the upcoming transfer windows.
All I know is I don't know much about him as a player. I haven't seen him play, but I know at the beginning of this season he had there was a big story about him and Russell Martin, and he was apparently accused of leaking information out of the changing room, and the team apparently got into a big fight with Martin. There was a big bust up between those two. I'm not 100% on the specifics, but then they buried the hatchet, and he put him in. He brought him back into the fold, and he scored. The first game we brought him in and said, look, it's all water under the bridge, but he kind of didn't deny.
So is that the one goal he's got this season?
Must be. But he didn't deny that there was a big bust up between the two. That's all I know. I know Rangers fans do think pretty highly of him. I don't know if he's good enough to play for Tottenham, to be honest.
But how many is he starting for Belgium?
Oh, for Belgium. I don't know if he's starting for Belgium, but he's starting for Rangers.
The report says here he's a Belgian international, so it'd be interesting to see what kind of minutes he gets for Belgium.
don't know if he was in the last squad or not. Raskin. He played against. Looks like he played against Wales.
He started. Yeah, he started.
Yeah, he started.
Alongside Onana in midfield. It's quite interesting starting for Belgium.
I must rate him highly. Who is their manager now? It's not Martinez anymore, is it?
No, it's Rudy Garcia.
Rudy Garcia.
Yeah.
And he started in last game in the number 6 position.
Mm.
So maybe he is good enough. I don't know. I don't really know much about it. Look, he plays obviously in Scotland. I don't watch much SPL. All I know is the Rangers fans really like him. I know that.
Yeah. Well, that's that. If anyone has any more insight into the SBL and Nico Raskin, do you want him at Spurs? Let us know in the comment section below. And last but not least, Tottenham are one of the several Premier League clubs keeping tabs on Porto midfielder Victor Froholt. Not coming from the most reliable source, but...
Well, what's the source?
Yeah, that you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know.
I've heard a lot about this Froholt.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about him, about how good he is, and about he's like the next big thing. Apparently, for Denmark, he's started playing games. He's playing well. Porto apparently is having an amazing season. We were linked with him a while ago. I think I remember Lange was quoted as having an interest in him.
Was he at Copenhagen or something?
Yeah, I think it was at Copenhagen at the time. So obviously his price has probably tripled now. He's gone to Porto. Maybe it's one to keep an eye on. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, Danish, the Frank connection, the Danish connection as well. I'm sure Frank has his ear to the ground and all the latest Danish talent.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
how old is he?
19.
19. And he's already blowing up in the Portuguese league. It's a pretty good sign.
For sure.
How much did they sign him for?
Don't know.
Yeah, this is his first season in the Portuguese league.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, he's got 1 goal, 3 assists in 8 games. So that's it.
Yeah. For a 19 in your first season, that's pretty good.
What does he say? He's a midfielder.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, look, I've heard a lot of good things. A lot of people saying could be the next big thing.
Bring him in, mate. Bring him in. Add to the Danish revolution at Tottenham Hotspur. But now the source is Shoot.
Shoot.
Remember the Shoot magazine?
God. It's like saying Match magazine or something.
That's exactly what it's like. But no, that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below regarding all the news stories that we have brought you today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.